Spanish greats, Cervantes. Miguel De Cervantes was born in Alcalá de Henares, Madrid province in 1547. The exact day of his birth isn't known, but it's possible he might have been born on the 29th of September, St. Miguel's Day. He was the sixth of 7 siblings. Due to his family having rather a few monetary worries, they moved from place to place with the aim of getting a better income. At the age of 8 he enrolled in the Jesuit school, despite the fact that at that time most children didn't go to school, but his father wanted his children to have a proper education. Another noteworthy point is the fact that his sisters were also able to read, which was exceedingly odd at the time. At 22, he decided to become a soldier and consequently in 1570 enlisted in the Navy Marines, stationed in Naples. Shortly after he sailed on the Marquesa, part of the Holy League Galley fleet commanded by Philip II's illegitimate brother Don Juan of Austria. The Holy League defeated the Ottoman Empire on October the 1st at the Battle of Lepanto in the Gulf of Patras, putting an end to further Ottoman expansion along the Mediterranean. Cervantes fought on board and was struck by 3 gunshots, 2 of them in his chest and 1 in his left arm, rendering it useless. Afterwards he proclaimed that he had lost the movement in his left hand for the glory of the right one. Following the Battle of Lepanto, Cervantes had a spell in a hospital in Messina, Italy. It took him about 6 months to recover, but upon returning to tip-top shape, he was released and went back to being a soldier, taking part in the expeditions to Corfu and Tunisia. On the 7th of September 1575, Cervantes sailed on the galley Sol from Naples to Barcelona, but whilst the galley was just off the Catalan coast, it was attacked by Ottoman pirates. Cervantes was taken and enslaved. Spending 5 years in Algiers, after his 4 escape attempts were thwarted, his ransom was finally paid by a combination of his parents and the Trinitarians' company. He returned to his family in Madrid. He pursued the idea of sailing to America, but he was unsuccessful, and at 33 he married a young woman called Catalina. He penned quite a few works, but none of them got the look required. And just like most authors of his time, he wasn't able to make a living or even support himself with his writings. Thus he took on another job. He worked as a taxman, travelling from town to town, collecting taxes on behalf of the crown. This work led to him doing time for a few months in Seville after a bank where he had deposited crown funds went bankrupt. The ingenious gentleman Don Quixote of La Mancha was published in 1600s when Cervantes was 58 years old. 10 years later he wrapped up the second part, and by that time the first book had already been translated into French and English. He died of diabetes on 22nd of April 1616. His burial place lies in Madrid and was reportedly rediscovered in March 2015. He was buried at the convent of the Barefoot Trinitarians in Madrid. William Shakespeare, the great English bard, coincidentally died a day later on the 23rd of April 1616.